Hello everybody. In today's paper review, World Cup FIFA, when Italians strike, and the Clasico, featuring more unanswered goals than England's World Cup bid. Let's start with the drama at FIFA's headquarters, located there inside a volcano in downtown Zurich, where Sepp Blatter and co awarded on Thursday, after 2 years of careful consideration, World Cups to Russia and Qatar. A surprise this, especially as the old saying has it, a Qatar never wins. Anyway, reaction? Here's the Russians. Oh, they look delighted. Sadly, we can't bring you the view from Doha, as we don't get the Qatar press at The Guardian, but we do have a selection of Europe's finest sporting journals, and they had this to say. The Spanish, what a letdown. Marca, similar view. Petrodollars convince FIFA. From Portugal, other beaten bidders. Iberia beaten by the Russian money. They knew how to do business. Here we have El País. FIFA mine the Russian vein, and underneath they say, and the Qataris say thanks to Guardiola. Qatar hero, eh? In Belgium, much disappointment there as well. Le Soir, crazy. And then also Russia-Qatar, only 1 goal, money. And my favourite, DH, with a very eloquent, the World Cup of Dough. A picture there, worth 1,000 words, etc. Well, much bitterness then around Europe, but enough of these sour old biddies, as Colleen told Wayne. And let's move on to El Clasico, Barcelona's virtuoso 5-0 humbling of Madrid on Monday, which was, pre-Zurich, the talking point for Europe's press, the continent well and truly agog. Here's L'Equipe. Things never seen. Build. It's the worst defeat of my life, says Mesut Ozil. Gazzetta dello Sport. Barcelona, what a screamer, Real rendered mood. Even the Madrid press, in fact, being nice to Barcelona. Here we are, Marca, muchísima Barça, and very little Madrid, with inside one editorial calling Barcelona the best team I've ever seen. More like a classical army, in fact, than a football side, with Marshal Xavi performing Pep's plan without a single error. Plenty of Xavi love elsewhere as well. El País, who talk of the goals falling with the rhythm of autumn leaves, have a nice graphic here of the game's top passers. Only one Madrid player making the top 10, with the best passer of all, Xavi, with an absolutely ridiculous 114 completed passes in 119 attempts. Still in Madrid, AS have goals galore and crazies. Real, they say, didn't have a clue what was going on. Mourinho really is a tremendous motivator, as he had the Camp Nou whipped up like it was Anfield, and Xavi should have been given the Ballon d'Or then and there at the final whistle. Wow, Madrid press being nice about Barcelona. Wasn't there something about that in the Book of Revelations? Anyway, on to the Catalans. Well, sport. Slap for Mourinho, with the 5 fingers aloft there. El Mundo, are they the best team in history? With kind of half a question mark there. Inside, their editor, who's been going to their games since 1948, says, I've been going to their games since 1948, and the only thing I remember like this was that Honved team in the 50s. Remarkable stuff. Incidentally, it's a rough week for Real, El Mundo Deportivo reveal, as they now become the most sanctioned club in Europe. This after UEFA handed Real €195,000 in fines and Jose Mourinho a 1-match ban after last week's shenanigans with players deliberately getting sent off. Well, final story for today then. The Italian players' strike is back on. You'll recall that the Players' Union in Italy first threatened action, or rather lack of it, back in September in a dispute with the league over proposed new centralised players' contracts. The bones of contention are clubs to keep the right to force rebel players to train separately, players to lose the right to refuse transfers to other clubs, and Silvio Berlusconi to get first pick of their virgin daughters. Now, last time, the strike was called off at the last minute, but despite the adverse reaction from press and public, here's Gazzetta, what manner of strike is this? Players' unions say that this time they won't back down. No games then on the 11th and 12th of December. Wow, Italian strikers standing up to the opposition. Breaks the habit of a lifetime. That's it then for this week's paper review. We'll be back next Friday with another bumper crop of PDFs. Hopefully you'll be joining us then.